we are good to go.
Okay, well, good evening and welcome to Fate of the Dice's Curse of Strahd. Tonight we have Ashisless, Christina, Camilla, Diada, and for the first time, we will have, I believe it's Kira.
Yeah.
Who'd like to go over what happened last time?
So last time we entered Kresh and we met with the Baron's family, where we were told that the abbot was doing some pretty suspicious stuff. After some speaking, the abbot has agreed to let us stay with him, where we will then sneak off in the middle of the night to investigate and see what he may be attempting to do.
Don't forget the whole stealing a face thing.
Yes, he is also attempting to steal a face.
And I have theories why.
Okay, so I believe when we concluded, you were making your way up to the Abbey. Is that right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. So as you're making your way up the path, you're able to find that someone else is making the trip up. Would said person like to describe their appearance to the group?
My appearance. Well, I'm wearing cleric armor, leather armor. I have blonde hair, green eyes, and I'm pretty. And I think that's it. So I can describe myself.
Not to worry. How would you like to react upon seeing this stranger, this this holy elf?
Were we making our way up by ourselves, or did we have the abbot guiding
The
us?
abbot's already gone ahead, and you
That's
said you
right.
were going to join him.
Oh, are you with the abbot?
No, not really.
Then what are you doing here?
To get shelter? I'm technically homeless.
Ah,
Samesies.
I kind of got disowned by my family. Sometimes.
That's a lot of information to share immediately.
I'm not saying why I got disowned. I'm not going to give you that story.
You're a cleric, right?
Yes I am.
Okay. One moment, and then I like to huddle up with the group. Listen, I don't know that much about religion, and I don't think that anyone here knows anything about religion at all. I'm pretty sure.
Mm.
So I say,
I'll clear my throat.
we team up with her, because we're heading into something where it's we're fighting a cleric. There's gonna be clericy stuff happening. We need someone on our side to understand what's happening. Should we bring her? Offer her shelter?
Nah.
Ash.
I suppose it could
Yes.
be helpful to have an additional ally.
But yes, we should fill her in on everything we've found out so far.
Okay. Huddle break. So we talked about it. We're going into something that's going to be a little bit dangerous. But we'll offer you a place to stay if you'll help us.
Okay, but what's the situation? Why would you want me in your team, your fam, your crew?
We're fighting a cleric. And we don't know anything about clericing.
Well, I hope it's not me.
No, I assure you, you are not the one we are after.
Different cleric. Bad cleric.
Wants to steal a young girl's face.
Well, I'm in because it looks like you might need my help.
Would be appreciated.
Do I have a role in this group?
You do now.
I'll be healer.
Can you bring people back to life?
Yes, I can.
Hey, Christina, you're fine.
Wow.
I'm just slapping on the back of the head for that. Yeah, that's the reason why I look so pale. I died. And they brought me back.
You lost your pigmentation of your skin.
Yeah, I have no color. I'm just white. Like deadly white.
I would recommend sunlight.
We don't really get sunlight here.
Then we can cut down the trees.
Although this is a bad place to be pointing that out, because here there is sunlight.
Here and here alone.
We don't usually get sunlight. Is what I'm trying to say.
I'll prescribe you vitamin D when we get into the nearest town, wherever that is.
We are in town.
I'll give you some vitamin D tablets when I find a pharmacy.
I don't think that's gonna help change my color.
You never know. We'll do that. Then when we find the sun, we'll give you some sunlight.
Like a mythical land I heard of down here called Scotland. There's no sunlight and everyone's very pale.
I'm not that
Scotland.
pale.
You want someone pale? Look at my sister. She's pale as a ghost.
I'm Christina, by the way.
I'm Kira.
Ashley's list.
Come here.
I'm Dida, and this is my brother Denlos. And there's like a wizard. And we look
That's
almost
right.
identical.
That's
Is he still
right.
here?
He will also greet you. Yeah, he is.
Are we going to do this thing, or are we just gonna stand here and talk?
Let's go!
Let's go. Yeah, let's go.
You got some drive in you.
No worries. Well, in that case, I'll get you popped onto the map as you reach the top of the hill. There you go. So you would be on this path here.
Jack,
Cool.
have you updated my character token yet?
Oh, what do you mean?
I sent you a DM to asking you to update my character token. Have you done that yet?
I think you can do that yourself.
That's what I was thinking. So I
Yeah.
thought you were letting me know that you were going to update your character token.
I didn't know I could do that, actually. Oh, would I do that?
You double click on it.
Upload.
Mm.
Upload right there. Okay, so here.
Wait, she'll be back by now as well, won't she?
So yeah, you will be able to update your cat token. Doesn't need to be on right away, but yeah, that's fine. So as you approach, there's a gate with 2 posts, and you can see a couple of people looking at you. Whose tokens I'm not going to put on just yet. They're wearing hoods that cover most of their faces. Though one of them you can, see a black nose and sharp teeth sticking out, like the jaws of a dog or a wolf. And they converse with each other. The one with the wolf snout has a gruff voice, and the one whose face is completely covered has a soft, feminine voice. And the first voice is, "Huh? Guests?" The second voice says, "Guests?" The first voice then looks towards the feminine voice and says, "Guests?" To which the feminine voice says, "No guests visit us." With a gruff voice and says, "Yesterday, yes. Today, no." The feminine voice then says, "They must be here for mass." To which the gruff voice says, "Maybe they come for clothing." Feminine voice replies, "Clothing? None come for clothing." The gruff voice, the snout then points to you, and the gruff voice seems to be addressing you, saying, "Hey, you. Yes, you. Have you come for clothing Bellevue?" Second voice is, "We would be very happy if he left." The gruff voice is, "Very happy." Second voice is, "You can have him." First voice is, "We only ask that you make him miserable. As miserable as he has made us, if not more." And then they seem to give you some chance to answer any of these.
We are guests of the abbot. He has invited us here to stay the night. But please tell us more of this clothing. I'm not adverse to making somebody's life miserable. Just ask him here.
He's responsible for feeding us, but he doesn't do a good job. Oh, we see him with that food and the drink. None of us have ever gotten the wine.
Yes.
Just water for us. And his violin music, if you can call it that. I think I saw him have a tipple earlier. It might be good now. Maybe, but he'll soon be sober. Are you sure you've got nothing to do with clothing? And then they let you speak.
Completely sure.
I can't get it to work.
Okay, no worries. Right, I'll try and sort that sort of as a can. One of them will say, "Well, if it's the abbot you've come for, we can let you in. He said that there may be some people coming, I think." And with that, they will come down and open the doors. And you'll now be able to see properly under their hoods. As you get close. The one who spoke with a gruff voice has a very unusual complexion indeed. The description I have is that he looks like a beardless dwarf with patches of donkey flesh covering his face and body. He has one human ear and one wolf's ear and a protruding wolf's snout and fangs. His arms and hands, which you can see beneath the robes, are human. But his legs and feet appear leonine. And you can even make out a donkey's tail. As for the other one who spoke with the feminine voice, the left side of her face, and it looks to be her body as well, is covered with lizard scales, and the right with tufts of grey wolf fur. Between these tufts is pale human skin. One of her eyes is that of a feline, and her fingers and hands resemble cat's paws with opposable thumbs.
Say to the one with the donkey's tail, "Are you feeling alright? You seem a little hot."
Oh my god.
I can't believe you.
It had to be done.
I would like to say, you mentioned visitors yesterday? Who visited yesterday?
The one. Let's see. Yes, the one with the gruff voice. Will answer. Saying someone came up with a box of some kind. They said they were a dressmaker. No, that they had a dress. That was it. The feminine voice said, I think she said she was a servant of the Kreskovs.
What makes sense? The burgomaster did say that they required use of the mistress's wedding dress.
But did they take the wedding dress yesterday, or I thought that was a while ago?
That's what they made it sound like.
So
They agreed to giving the wedding dress, it looks like, some time ago. But its actual delivery was more recent.
okay.
Got it.
So they sent the dress up as yesterday. Got it. And is that the only visitor that has come recently?
They look at each other, and then the feminine voice goes, "Yes. Wait, no. Some days previously, a priest came."
Different than the abbot?
They nod.
Did the priest leave?
They shake their head, and the gruff voice replies, "No, he's still there. I think he's bunking with Cloven." "Do you think he gets the wine?" The gruff, the figure with the gruff voice shakes his head. "I doubt it."
You mentioned
No.
Cloven. Oh, sorry, mate.
You know, you can make your own wine. Take some of the water, find a fruit somewhere, maybe some heath, put it in a jar, and then don't look at the jar. Keep it covered for like 3 or 4 weeks, and then you can get your own wine.
The gruff voice says, "What's a fruit?"
That is unfortunate.
Is there like a crabapple tree anywhere that I can like point out to them or something?
Not up here, I'm afraid.
Mm.
As I saw them,
Totally,
there
I
probably
bet.
would be one, down in the village, just not up here.
What about potatoes?
Oh, vodka. Yeah.
They don't seem to, to know what those are. The feminine voice is that a kind of gruel?
It's
It could be
tuber.
put into gruel.
Lives underground. A vegetable that you can pick from under the ground.
Are these people unintellectual, or have they not been out much?
I don't think
Don't
they've been
they've
out much.
out
Probably.
much.
The one with the gruff voice is must be a kind of mole then. They will let you in, by the way.
The money, go in town and get potato seeds, fruit seeds, plant them, and you'll see what they are.
You said Cloven hasn't been feeding you properly. I have some jerky on me if you care for some jerky.
Both of them seem extremely interested in this prospect.
Excellent.
Are you giving them the forbidden food?
do not
the
give them
forbidden jerky. Yeah.
Do not get them the forbidden
Do
jerky.
not.
What's you mean?
I think they'll quite like it.
It's been several days. It's been a couple of days now in the warmer temperatures.
Yeah, but it was already.
outside
They will eat it.
Yeah.
Oh,
if
no.
given, and if no one else takes active steps to prevent them from doing so.
On the good news, I have removed it from my inventory. So you don't have to worry about it until I find some more.
If they die, I can just come back to life.
He has the capacity to make more. But
True.
if you are content to let them eat human flesh, then
flesh.
the two well, no, yeah, you're right, wolf flesh. Then they will do so.
And if I see this Cloven, I will.
Do I know of anywhere that has honey?
Valaki would probably have honey.
Mm.
We're not
But
going
there
back
aren't,
to
like,
Maliki.
honey boxes that are set up in this town. Okay, never mind.
I think
I
it's
thought
more
I
of a
could-
Valaki thing.
I
Are you
thought
trying to
I
make
could
mead?
teach How to make mead?
Yeah.
I thought I could, because it's honey, yeast, and water. You don't have to worry about fruit. But
I don't think there's many
Yeah.
flowers either, I'm afraid.
It's November.
Hmm.
Pardon me. Unless there's anything else that you have to say to them, they will lead you into the monastery.
I'm good to just be led. I'm going to be thinking about different kinds of alcohol that I can make with little ingredients, because I want these people to just have their fun. Their lives
Nettles.
don't seem really good.
What about nettles?
Yeah,
Like
those
the
probably
spiky
would
things
grow
in
up
the
here.
ocean?
I mean, they should grow up here, yeah.
Isn't there a way of using, like, pine needles to make alcohol? I thought there was.
Okay. The two will lead you into the abbey grounds. So you can see the graveyard to your right, map south, and they will lead you to the main gates here. So you can see that the abbey sort of is like two towers, west and north. and a central area as well. It's in somewhat of a state of disrepair. But above the walls, you can, so above the gates, you can see like a sunlight symbol, and your guides will push open the gates. As you approach, you can hear the sounds of violin music. It looks to be well played. And I'll just show you the rest of it. You'll be able to see everything that's there, and I'll need him to be on the token left. There we go. So you can see that there looks to be 2 abandoned guard posts, and there looks to be some other areas where you can see people who seem to be in a similar condition to your guides. That is to say, vaguely humanoid, but with a lot of animal parts as well. You can see a well in the centre, and suspended between 2 pillars by chains. You can see another figure standing out in the cold. Long, stringy hair hides much of her face, but clearly visible are the spider mandibles and teeth that replace her human mouth. She has the arms and wings of a bat, as well as a cloven hoof in place of her right foot.
Don't like this.
She seems to be straining against the chains.
You know what this
Yeah.
is reminding me of?
Your guides lead you in.
This is reminding me of Father Donovich, and we know how we took care of that.
Yeah.
I think we may have to take more drastic measures here.
They point to the west tower, where you can see someone outside. The guides will point him out to you as Cloven. So I should say all of these people are fairly short. None of them are more than 5 feet tall. He is a barrel-like shape. His right head is fully formed and combines the features of a patchy-haired man with those of a goat, complete with stubby horns. His left head is about half normal size and has a soft cherubic face, partly covered with crocodilian hide. Cloven has a crab's pincer in place of his left hand and a bear's paw where his right foot should be. He wears an ill-fitting monk's robe with a belt made of hempen rope. And it is him, it's him who's playing the violin. He seems to be sort of swaying as he plays it, as if he were inebriated.
Yeah, don't like this.
The guides will direct you to the west tower, but otherwise will leave and resume their posts unless you have anything you want to say to them.
Oh, sorry, Gatekeeper, I never got your name.
So they introduce themselves as Otto and Siegfried, and I will put their names on their tokens. Otto and Siegfried Bellevue, I should add.
Are you related?
They nod and say, we're Bellevues.
Siblings, I presume.
They seem unsure how to respond to that, and will just continue naming that's Cloven Bellevue, pointing to him, and then pointing to the chained up person. They will say, and that's Marzina Bellevue. She angered the abbot. We are not to speak to her.
Is there something that keeps you here?
So, as Siegfried will say, Otto and Cloven and I have been allowed to go to Kresk before on errands, then the people look at us with disgust. Whenever I go down, whenever I see them, their judgmental eyes, they hate us. They hate us. I know they hate us. No, only here are we safe.
I want to kind of lean down and kind of speak a little bit quieter to Otto and Siegfried. And I want to say, you deserve more than to just be safe. You deserve to be happy. If staying here makes you happy, then I want that for you. But I also want you to know that there's a whole wide world, not just Kresk, not just Barovia, but there's a whole wide world. And you should go wherever you're happiest. And then I'll stand up and be like, okay, let's get going.
I love that you lean
Like-
down despite being the shortest person in the party.
I'm also short, so it's like a huddle up. Anyway.
In which case, the two Belleviews will leave you and resume their post. And you're all free to head towards Cloven. Oh, and so does Kira have a token on?
I
It should
I
appear in
think-
your journal as rank. Well, so it's just your name's character.
I will have it.
Okay.
Here we go. Sorry. Oh, wrong one. Is that the right one? No.
Oh, that's the one that it puts if you've not got an image uploaded. If you were to upload an image to the character, then it will display that image. But something like that is fine for now. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
So where are you heading? I can see Camille's next to the well at the moment.
I was gonna head down towards Cloven.
Yeah.
No worries.
Do we want to
You can see
look
that there
at
is
the
a
well?
well. It looks to go quite deep. Okay. So as you get to as you approach Cloven, he doesn't seem to acknowledge you until you get to within 5 feet of him. Whereupon he looks at you with a somewhat confused look on his face, ceases his playing, and says, "Guests?"
Guests.
Of the
We're
abbot.
invited
Oh,
here
yeah.
by the abbot.
He nods and says, "Step this way," and pushes open a door. And you'd be able to see the following, for that matter as well, that let you see the whole place. So you can see, that there's a tower with some steps going up and some steps going down. There does seem to be a table that has been laid with some supper morsels. And standing behind the table, not yet seated, you can see the abbot and and a figure who's wearing a gown. She looks quite unusual. You can see that there are some sewing marks on her flesh, and there seems to be many on her face, distorting her appearance.
Don't like it.
I don't like it either.
The abbot will gesture for you to come in.
I'm not sure what to think of this.
Real
I'm
hospitality.
gonna try something that may go horribly wrong on the way in.
What are you trying?
Going past Cloven, I'm going to try and cast suggestion and say, it's time for a big party. The entire stock of the Abbey's wine must be divided amongst everybody. We get them all a bit drunk, everything's going to be a bit easier.
True.
Okay, and this is, and so you're casting this on
Cloven.
Cloven. That's fine. So,
I don't think he should know.
okay, that's a nat 1.
Ooh.
A lot of wine go around here tonight.
Okay. So Cloven's going to go in and make for the stone steps in full view of everyone. The abbot will call out to him and say, "Cloven, where are you going?" And he says, "To bring wine." The abbot sighs and says, "I suppose our guests could use a drink. But make sure you're quick." And does not contest Cloven heading down.
I am going to step in and bow before I take a seat. We thank you most graciously for your generosity today, Mr. Abbot.
That is quite all right. We have many guests. And then turning towards the woman, says, "Don't we, Vasilka?" And she nods. She says timidly, "Pleased to meet you."
Wait, is the drinking mandatory?
If you wish.
My character doesn't drink alcohol. I
The
don't drink
abbot.
alcohol.
Wait a minute. Oh wait, no, I was getting characters confused. I thought that was I thought that was Nikki talking, and I'm like, wait a minute. I was about ready to ask to roll insight, because I'm like, wait a second.
I think I deserved alcohol the night I had alcohol.
Yeah.
My
You've
character.
earned it. You've earned a drink.
I don't drink. Can I have some water, please?
The abbot smiles. "I'm sure when Cloven is finished, he can ensure you have water." So the plates that have the supper morsels are all on the right hand side. You by all means you can take like a head seat and I guess move a plate, but that's fine.
Well, I'm just trying to have us seated together.
I know.
There was only single seats left.
I know everyone conspired to make sure this
Come
didn't
here.
happen, but there you go.
Come here.
What?
Scooch down. Ah!
I can scooch.
Fine.
Can everyone scooch?
Here, scooch.
Scooch.
Down low, scooch.
There we are.
There
There we
I
are.
scooch.
You're all sit, you know. You could have sat with the hosts, you know.
I'm good on this side. I'm good.
I
I'm
think
very
it would
good
be
on
like-
this side.
I thought it would be too much of a power play if we were just like there and there.
That's true.
Now it looks like a really awkward interview panel where we're all
We're the board. We're like Dragon's Den. They're the people with this invention, and we're like we don't want it.
Christina, we're here because we need to have a serious talk. You've got to stop drinking. All of these people have gathered to share their testimonies on what happens when you are drunk.
Who's the head judge with the little hammer?
It's exactly where Cloven turns up and goes, glass of wine.
Order at the court.
Mr. the Abbot, you are frankly creepy and terrifying, and for that reason, I'm out.
I would say, Abbott, we find you guilty.
Mr. Abbott, the tribe has spoken. Please leave the island. Ask you to investigate.
The abbot will gesture for you to seat and tuck in. The meal is simple. It's not gruel, but it is kind of like a biscuit-like substance. Oh yeah, biscuit-like food stuff that would be sort of common amongst the Kreskans. Sort of like a baked wheat, and he will say, "Please enjoy."
What are we eating? Because I feel like a bird.
Pardon?
If it's like wheat and biscuits, am I a bird?
Are you what? Are you bird?
A bird.
A bird.
Biscuits.
It's like
I was.
probably what a cracker.
Oh, I see.
Oh. You mean a parrot. Got it.
Well, anyway, that's what he has for you to eat. And he
Thank
will.
you for sharing your food with us.
I just feel looking at the food going, they don't got any meat. I don't like green food.
Food.
And this is anything but green.
Mm.
It's sort of like one of the edible brown colours.
I mean, no offense, but I'm not very hungry tonight.
Come on, eat.
I had a big lunch.
At least take a no thank you bite.
I feel
Why
like
you- Stop acting like you're my parent. You're not my parent.
I'm telling you to show a little bit of grace in the presence of someone who's most generous to allow us to stay the night.
Then I'll break
least
it
we
in
can-
half
at least
and I'll break it in half and take a small bite, and that's all I'm taking.
I have an allergy
least
to
we-
wheat. I am gluten
I'm going to-
intolerant. If I eat this,
I'm
I
going
die.
to I'm happily going to eat the biscuit.
No worries. The abbot and Vasilka have no food set before them, but they gesture for you to eat. Probably about this time, Cloven will come back with with a large barrel on top of his shoulders. The abbot looks quite astonished because it's rather more than intended, and he will walk round to set it down here, and he will also pull out a jug, set it on the table, and move to head back down. To which the abbot will respond. Where do you think you're going, Cloven? To which Cloven will say, wine for party. The abbot will shake his head and command Cloven to stop. Although I believe the way the suggestion spell is worded, he will just continue, won't he?
Yeah. It pursues the course of action you described to the best of its ability.
Yeah, and the best of its ability would go considerably beyond being told to stop.
Oh, yeah.
You should drop your spell.
No, I want to get everybody.
I just have one question.
But the abbot's gonna get really angry at Cloven.
Yeah, he might not spot him when he could, because he's delivered the wine to us, so next time he's going to take it out, and he might not see it if we distract the abbot.
I just have one question. Did you intentionally put a barrel of wine in the same room as us?
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna have to tie up Christina if she's an alcoholic.
I'm not an alcoholic. He's already
And Kira wouldn't know this.
It's just everyone's saying for her not to drink, so I just assume she's an alcoholic.
Because Cloven's gonna head down, despite the abbot's instructions, to which the abbot is gonna get quite annoyed. He will call down, if you come up with a barrel of wine, you will be disciplined.
Ash, drop it.
Mr. Abbott, may I ask of you a question?
He turns to you with a smile and says, certainly.
May I ask what the situation is with your employees? I believe the correct word would be. Why is it that their appearance is as the way it is?
Ah, you mean the Bellevues? They're not my employees, they are my charges.
Ah. May I ask what happened to them? Was it some kind of arcane incident?
Not at all. Bellevues have been my charges for... He says, I believe it is 74 years, 8 months and 10 days. Some decades into taking over the abbey. Their ancestors had a horrendous skin condition. But fortunately, I had a way of dealing with it. I could not cure them, but I could replace the skin. I told them if they could find something with which to replace the skin, that then I could heal them. Some of them did come back with human skin. Dug up graves, I would imagine. Some of it did seem fresh, but that is their concern, not mine. Many came back with animal skin, and there's only so much you can do with animal skin, but they asked to be healed, and I did what I could for them. However, their descendants seem to inherit the characteristics, so to speak. In fact, if anything, they got more jumbled. But that cannot be helped. They are who they are.
And is this the case for Miss Vasilka as well?
No, she is not a Bellevue. No, she is my creation. I suppose one could call her my daughter. If I were of the family disposition.
Fascinating. Artificial life. Is it a homunculus of sorts?
Not exactly. She has been made through the reanimation of flesh.
And
Oh.
so you seek what you are looking for in an attempt to make her seem alive, I presume?
The face. Vasilka seems quite uncomfortable when that is brought up, and but the abbot continues regardless, saying, yes, as you can see, the process used to make the face involved multiple bodies, and looking at her, he says, and as you can see, the result is a complete mess. I priest that mortals not happy secrets, but he less meant that we have brought up have been early disgusted, and that certain one had to stop blaming. Just look at her. Start within one. Perhaps I heard in some way. Multiple face parts was deep and like spectacles. So if I use singles,
Is
it's castle to speak.
Is it really choppy?
I'm-
That
Hello?
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 So,
Was that real?
Yeah, I think that might have been a Discord
huge.
thing. It just
Yeah.
everybody disconnected, everybody
Yeah,
reconnected,
yeah.
everything went. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Okay.
was really hoping that wasn't just me.
No, that was me too.
Okay, so
It was really choppy.
It went
Yeah,
really
like,
choppy, and then
incomprehensible.
everybody popping is disconnected, everybody popping is reconnected, and yeah.
so when did I cut out?
Like,
Right at the
The
start.
very beginning.
Yeah, I'm really sorry. Like,
Yeah. I was like really hoping it would fix itself and I could pick something up, but it
Yeah.
just didn't.
Well, I was very happy with that speech. But anyway, what was the question being asked?
I don't remember.
I don't
I
remember.
didn't hear anything. What were we talking
It's-
about?
I thought we were talking about
the face. Well, it was the
Something
face,
about the
and he.
face.
Yeah, the
he-
face. The
Um,
face.
Okay,
Mm.
so in that case, yeah. So he says, so he will apparently re-say, yes, this. Yes, Vasilka looks uncomfortable with discussions about the face. One hand instinctively raises up, before she lowers it. The abbot, continues without noticing this distress, it seems, and will say, "When I first made her, I made her like her the way I had before, where multiple parts were sewn together. It's due to the limitation of the dead flesh. Some parts are just unsuitable for this work. And, well, unfortunately, the result was as you can see. Now I know, I had thought that, mortals would sort of look alike. None of you have the angelic physiques of the celestial. And I had thought that this would be satisfactory. But, some people have been brought up here, and they, can you believe it, they looked upon her with disgust. And I've never really thought that was fair. I thought that she looked more or less like any one of you. But there we go. I suppose even mortals can be judgmental about this sort of thing. So, I decided that there does come a point where one has to stop blaming the viewer. And one has to look within oneself, has to take responsibility. And must make something that is satisfactory, adequate even. Vasilka looks increasingly uncomfortable for the whole of this monologue. The abbot then says, and so I realised what would be needed is a single face, a young woman's face, which could just be sewn on to the other parts of the head, and that would make her beautiful.
And is Miss Vasilka comfortable with this?
Vasilka is evidently uncomfortable with this, but the abbot says, that I'm afraid is a triviality. I'm afraid with the situation that is needed and the destiny she has, such sacrifices must be made.
I have a question about this face thing. When does she have an identity crisis? Because if she's got a different face, won't she want to know what she is, who she is, kind of thing? Because she sees herself in the mirror, she probably won't recognise who is in the mirror.
That will not be necessary. In truth, I had some concerns about this, that there might need to be an adjustment period, but I have made a more recent discovery that I think would negate that.
You speak about her destiny. Can you tell us of this destiny?
Well, of course. So I just heard someone say hello. Who was that?
I thought that was you.
I thought that was you also.
Okay, that's mildly disturbing. I'm sure I said hello at some point, but I'm sure that would have been several minutes ago. Okay, well, moving on. So long as I don't hear anything else I've said come back through the mic, the abbot will say, have you met the Count in Ravenloft?
Personally, I have not, but a couple of my companions have.
Yeah, you have.
I don't think I did meet him, did I?
Yeah,
oh,
you have.
oh
No,
yeah.
remember
the
back
first
when we
time.
went for dinner? And during when we left the Armentha estate?
Mhm.
Someone died as well.
Mm.
I don't remember what happened to Reaver.
I wasn't there at that time.
I wasn't either.
Oh, but except tell me.
No, I
But yes,
think
actually,
Ida's the only person here who has not met the Count.
I haven't met the Count either.
And,
Oh.
and Kira, obviously.
I haven't met the Count. I'm new here.
Mm.
Hi.
Yeah.
Yep.
But the three of us down on the end have.
Yes. Have met the Count. Looks a bit like Christina, but less evil.
Less evil. Yes, we are familiar with the Count.
As have I. And have you looked into his eyes, the windows of the soul?
We have not. I have not. Did either of you? I turned to face the left.
Well, I think he looked into my eyes for a bit, but...
Well, I have, and I saw a deep sadness behind them. And you must understand, when I came down to bring light to this valley, I had thought that the Count would be a rival in this, an enemy in this, a tyrant delighting in his evil. And I did not see that, and it gave me pause. I spoke to his chamberlain and soon discovered a lot more of the story. First, I discovered that smiting him would, as I intended, would not do much good for this valley. There is more at work. And second, I discovered more of his story. How he had loved a woman named Tatiana, but she had spurned him and rejected him, and even threw herself off a cliff. And all of this seemed to have driven him down the path to vampirism. Well, I knew at once that I had to do something about this, to heal his heart so he may be a noble ruler of the valley. So I decided to make him a bride, and that is to be Vasilka's fate. I made sure that she is educated in history and religion. I have made sure that she can dance. I have taught her everything that she will need to be a pious wife. And I am prepared to go still further to make sure that she is the perfect bride for the Count. That's why this face is so important.
May I ask you a question? If you plan to have Miss Vasilka be the Count's bride, then she too should be unaging, shouldn't she? Wouldn't the face just age and eventually rot away?
Not at all. Does any of her other flesh seem to be rotten before you?
Would I be able to tell from this distance?
It
Because
doesn't seem to be. If you want to make some kind of medicine check, you can, you can inquire further.
Because her token very much does look dead and cracked, even.
It's not, well, it wouldn't look cracked, it would look sewn.
Or sewn, yeah. That's gonna be a 14.
Okay, so with a 14, the flesh that you can see on her is clearly already dead. It doesn't seem to be capable of decomposing more than it already has. So there is probably something going on. But it is dead flesh.
Fascinating. It would appear that it's already reached its most rotted state, but it doesn't fall apart.
Over a bit of dinner, then.
This could work.
What do you mean?
You've not got a bad idea.
What do you mean?
I just think, we put a nice face on Vasilka. The Count might quite like it.
Okay, you are at the opposite end of the table from me, so I would like to
Throw something
I
at me.
can't shoot an arrow, but I do want to like lob something over so it like hits you in the head.
I really want to say something, but
No, just shoot a look.
I just
and
want
I'll
to be like,
lean-
nuh-uh.
No,
nuh-uh.
just shoot. No, honestly, you just shoot me a look. I lean past Christina, smack him upside the head.
Not a bad idea. And we could
No.
we could deliver the bride to Strahd. Get us close.
I throw another thing at you.
Don't throw
So-
food. We're not children.
No, I'm throwing like goblets and candlesticks. Or, like my knife.
That's even
or a
worse.
fork. Okay,
I'm
dude, do you
person.
see this like table setting over here that doesn't have anyone there? I like take those utensils and I keep on throwing them at you.
can I whisper something to my friends so that they don't hear it?
You can probably whisper to
What
the
do
two
you-
of us.
I just
And,
want to
like-
say, I really don't want a mother-in-law.
Oh, stepmother.
Yeah, we stepmother rather than mother-in-law.
I mean stepmother. I don't want a stepmother.
I do have a question though for the lady.
Matilka?
I want to ask her a question. Can I ask the
go
lady
for
the
it.
question? Do you want to marry Strahd?
She says, it is my duty. It is the reason why I was created. I know
But you,
nothing of him, but I am assured it is for the good of the valley.
everyone gets to have a choice. You don't have to do this. You can do what you want, really.
You guys think
The
we should
abbot
tell him about
shakes his head and says, humanoids have choices. She is not human. Nor elf, nor dwarf, nor halfling, nor gnome, nor any of the others. She is reanimated flesh. Flesh reanimated for a purpose, which she will serve.
But by giving her thoughts and feelings and the ability to comprehend, you have granted her humanity. Does she not still deserve at least a voice in the matter?
The abbot shakes his head and turns to you and says, tell me, what is your trade?
Well, personally, I am a crap.
Apprentice.
I am
Sorry.
not. I was a craftsman before I was brought to the land of Barovia.
Uh-huh. Did you give your tools agency like this? Did you give your creations agency like this? Were they not crafted for a purpose?
They were crafted for a purpose, yes, but they do not think and feel. Miss Vasilka clearly does.
I don't think this is a good idea. She doesn't have any free will, no freedom, nothing. It's not. It doesn't seem really fair. She has. She probably would have independent thought if you actually let her speak.
By all means, you have done little less than revive someone and given them a new chance. You have given someone new life. You have not created a machine or a product. This is a person, and you are denying her you are denying her a choice or a chance to live the life that she wishes.
And if she had not been created for this purpose, she would not be alive.
Then give
If I
her
may,
purpose.
if I may say something sensibly, this is sensible. Are you not, Abbott? Are you not afraid that the Count's wrath is mighty. If you present Vasilka to her as a bride and he rejects her, not only will that mean probably her death, your death, almost certainly the destruction of this abbey and the village.
Then it is my duty to make sure that she is not rejected. And I think I have found a way to make sure of that.
Oh,
Big enough.
How so? How so?
I spoke to you before of a woman who spurned the Count.
Yes, Miss Tatiana.
Mm-hmm. I have found her soul.
Oh no.
Oh no. Can I stand up and walk out the building? I don't stand for this unholiness here. I'm just gonna stand up and shout, "You cad," to this man and walk out. Yeah. I am not. This doesn't seem holy to me. I'm not sure if he's into sadism or something, but using someone's soul is not what I had in mind.
The abbot will not prevent you leaving.
I just wanted to insult him and leave. I just called him an unholy man, a cad, and good luck with Satan. I need to find the door. I need to find the door. There, I've left the building. Kira has left the building.
No worries. At about this time, well, I mean, definitely Ashesless, but probably other people will start hearing the sounds of a liquid sloshing that announce Cloven's return.
yeah. As I said, could I notice that and start pretending to cough on something? And
Absolutely. Make me a
Yeah.
performance check, please.
okay.
Oh,
Okay.
very
Shabby.
nice.
You're able to do a good performance, and so
Very
the abbot will turn towards you, inquire about you, and if you keep this up, attempt to Heimlich you,
Yeah.
whilst Cloven leaves carrying a barrel.
Very good.
Sorry. Biscuit was just a bit. Go. It's all good.
Are you
Looks like
okay?
I'm good now. So this, I mean, this soul, would it replace Basila's personality? How does that work?
It would replace many elements. I would still think that there should be some of Vasilka inside. It is not something that I have done before, and I would be interested in the result.
And what if something goes wrong and you lose Miss Tatiana's soul? And it dissipates, never to be seen again? What of that?
The abbot laughs and says, "Dissipate in this valley? There is no such thing."
But surely you realize that the cost, if you do fail, will be great. Just speak to Father Donovich.
Why do you bring my guest up? Do you know him? Do you not?
Quite familiar. We encountered him when we were first thrown into the valley.
Tried to bring his son back and
It became a
Agreed,
dance
didn't.
here.
yeah.
That's not the story I heard. When he told me the story, he said that he found his son in a terrible state.
Well, typically people who commit inhumane acts are not so willing to share them to those they believe see them as righteous. And as a priest, who is the pinnacle of faith, turning to such evil acts would be seen as something horrible.
I am not easily lied to. It is true that I am not advanced enough to instantly detect lies, but I am confident that what he said was true. Nevertheless, you may speak to him upstairs if you notice some issues with the story, for that is where
He's
he is at the
upstairs?
moment. I imagine he will be asleep. He is a pious man, early to rest and early to rise.
We may perhaps go and say hello. Ask him how the village is doing.
Although I should warn you, if you have some kind of bad history, I would ask you not to fight. I've never enjoyed violence. Not between mortals.
Which you are not.
He shakes his head and says, I'm afraid I am rather more.
How so?
He says, I am simply not a mortal, although I walk among you.
Is it possible for Danlos or me to do like a insight check on that?
Go for it.
Like, figure out, like, is it Arcana? Is it religion?
This particular one would be religion.
Okay. I have a 0. Danlos has. Hold on. Religion is intelligence.
Yep.
He would have a +3. So, he's gonna do it. He's gonna roll religion. It's a +3 to whatever that. Oh no. That's an 8. He
Okay,
knows
you can have two
nothing.
people making the same check, but yeah.
I
That's,
will also take a shot at it since I also have a +3.
Yes. He rolled real bad.
13. Better than yesterday.
Okay.
Twice as good as Danlos.
So 13. So based on what he seems to be saying, you're getting celestial vibes from him. Although with a 13, not the specific stat block. I mean, technically, his specific stat block is listed on D&D Beyond as the Abbot, but you know, not like the general celestial that he is.
But you are of a higher plane then.
He nods. I have indeed seen how all should be, and I am trying to make this little corner something like it. Is there anything else you'd like to say to the abbot?
Just starting to think maybe we should take our leave for the night and talk upstairs.
Mm-hmm.
Perhaps.
Yeah.
So I will let you do that, but before that it gets to that point, we should pick up with Kira, who's outside. Cloven will walk past her at some point with a barrel. Is there anything she wants to be doing doing whilst outside?
Praying.
No worries. In which case, Cloven will ignore her and carry the barrel towards the north tower and then enter it.
Should I follow him? There's this feeling I should follow him.
He's just basically distributing alcohol all around.
Yeah.
He's not doing anything. He's under my suggestion spell.
I'll poison some of it.
I was just trying to get them all a bit drunk, so that, like, if we have to fight everybody,
Oh no, I just
half
said
of them
one
would be
glass
tipsy.
to get them drunk faster.
Mm.
Not poison them as in killing them, like, if I had a potion to make them get drunk on one glass of wine.
I don't believe you have such a thing in your inventory for such purposes. Is there anything you do want to do whilst you're outside?
Or I should go back indoors and see what everyone else is doing, because I feel left out now.
No worries. So you've had a pray, while the others have continued their conversation, and then they're planning to head up as you're planning on heading in. So, the abbot will, bid you all good night. I'm just going to get you there because it's going to be easier to copy you all onto the next map.
Thank you for the food, Abbott.
Okay. So you're going to the upper section. So that should still be grayed out for you, which is fine. And then I just need to get everything revealed. Yeah, so the upper area, has some disrepair. You can see that there is a door that leads on to sort of like the upper part of the walls. We don't need to get too into what's in there. I have nothing to hide from you there. And inside, you can see the following. You can see that a bed has been set up, and there is a person sleeping in it. You can see some rags have been set up in a corner, and that area also looks like someone sleeps in it, but doesn't at the moment. On a table, some things do look to have been set out here, and you can see a rather ominous table with a cloth draped over something. And you can see at the corner of a letter poking out.
Oh no, come on, we've got to surround Donovich and then just like poke him awake and go, hi!
So I should put the unconscious symbol on him as he's currently asleep.
I'm gonna lift up the cloth a little bit, see what's underneath it.
Okay, so it looks like we're having a minor party split in the sense that two people are doing different things. So can the four of you decide what you're doing?
Well, who was the priest that told Danlos? No, it was the abbot. Never mind. Sorry. I don't know.
This gentleman in the corner, if you, I think we may have mentioned this before, but we not only did we kill
We
his
knocked
son,
him out and killed his son.
but we also stole his clothes, and one of the party
Yes.
pretended to be a priest wearing his robes.
Yeah.
That was me.
Well, took his enchanted holy symbol as well. Well, it wasn't your
Yeah.
character, but it was a different character of yours.
Yeah.
Rimuru.
Don't know
Okay,
if
so
anyone
he
took
probably hates
the
us.
symbol afterwards. But...
Oh
Yeah.
yes.
That's why it's so funny to see him here, and to have him be a recurring villain.
Who was there that he would recognize?
Me, Camilla, and
Ashless,
Christina.
Christina,
The three
and
core
Camilla.
people. The three core people.
Cause my brother has a major image. No, disguise self. Oh, but it's only.
Oh, no, we don't. I don't want to disguise myself.
No, just have
He is
three
out
of
a spell.
have
Who can
three
stop
of
you?
one of us. Three of one person.
If you can do one thing, is that if he does wake up, can I bow in respect because he's a priest?
Okay. I just need to know what Diada, Danlos, and Christina are doing, and then we can get to resolving these.
I'll be with Ash.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Okay,
do
so-
what I'm doing and then immediately rush over.
I think we're just gonna observe what's gonna happen. I think that we're gonna like try to step in if like something's going wrong or if they're getting like too violent. But we're just gonna like kind of chill with our popcorn, just kind of like observing what is happening.
Cool. Well,
This it just seems like juicy gossip that we're not a part of.
cool. We'll resolve Camilla first, because I think that's going to be a bit quicker. And I'm going to take the Abbott's music off. We're going to be the Abbey music. There we go. And Camilla, so you're lifting up the cloth, right?
Yeah.
Or are you just pulling the letter out?
No, I'm gonna lift up the cloth.
Cool. Camilla found a load of body parts. Some of which, still remain somewhat sewn together. Or isn't that appearing?
Lovely.
There we go.
Lovely.
You can also find a letter with the Ravenloft seal. So if
I'm
I
gonna
pop that in your journal, why does nothing come up from? Because yes, that's why. So if I do show it to players, you should be able to read it.
Yep. Abbott, your work disgusts me. This loathsome wench, nay, not even that, this corpse is an abomination. The craftsmanship pales in comparison to a toy maker's. I have included the remains of this broken toy of yours. I know not where these strange ideas came into your head. My heart is pledged to one alone. Even in 1,000 years, your efforts will come to naught. She will appear amongst the living as she has before in Berez. Do not bring me dead flesh again. I will keep your messenger. He discussed me appropriately to remind of you. Stay in your hateful abbey. I will not be so forgiving the next time you attempt to visit. Your lord and dreadmaster Strahd. Oh, he hates him.
That's what I said, that he's not gonna put up with it. Even with the soul, I reckon, but...
Wow.
Mm.
I'm like, I'm gonna quickly skim through it and then immediately rush over just to watch.
Okay. So, as Ashislus wakes up Donovich,
Tongue in the air.
oh god,
Ew.
so his eyes open wide, and I mean he's this, he's probably going to yell in your face,
On it.
and then force himself back up against the wall, and try to reach for something near him. He says, "Why have you returned? Have you not done enough already?"
It's really good to see you. How you been keeping?
He finds the thing that he was looking for, which is a mace. holds it up and says, "The abbot warned me that if guests were to arrive, there should be no violence. But if needs be, I might have to break his commands. All of you back away."
Back up. Ash, back up.
Oh, okay.
Hold it there, Candyman. I'm gonna use my Infernal Legacy to cast Darkness on that corner.
Okay. Did you want to say something, Christina?
I'm just saying we're not here for trouble. Simmer down.
Why have you come then?
Actually, why are we here for?
To
We're
be quite
just-
honest, Father Donovan. Sorry, carry on.
We're just staying the night. That's all. Nothing to woohoo.
I still do what I want to do, is to bow down respectively to the priest, because I am religious
Okay.
But
anyway.
you would not be able to
You
see
did
in
be
that
bowing
moment.
in darkness.
You'd be able to do this. He's going to be more preoccupied than the others than with you, and once the darkness is cast, he will be unable to be occupied by you at all. But you can absolutely do that. And yes, you did say that you were going to do this.
Well, I can see him because I've got dark vision.
But he can't
Not
see
in
you.
darkness, you need devil's sight for
No.
that. I don't even know if Ashless can see him.
No. Nope.
But I can.
I don't think darkness is necessary.
Well, you never know. If someone's gonna attack, I'm gonna make sure it's inhibited.
Lily just said that he's
Um,
not gonna attack it if we don't attack. Because the abbot doesn't want us fighting.
Just
but it's-
making sure I peace.
Can
Just
I-
keeping the peace.
It's funny. It's going to upset him a bit.
I would
Who
just say
casts
he-
darkness?
It was clear. I'm trying to defuse the situation.
Okay. I
And-
would like to take one step towards Kamir, and then I want to just like start kind of punching him in the elbow over and over again.
You're trying to slap his concentration off.
One time. Yeah, I'm trying to like
Knock it off. Stop it.
slap by his concentration.
Stop.
To
Stop.
dispel the darkness. I'm not trying to do damage. I'm trying to do like 1 point of damage, so it'll have to like make the roll over and over again. But I'm just like punching his arm or
Yeah,
wherever
no,
I can hit him.
We can use rolls to determine this. Is Kamir going to drop the darkness when a player starts insisting? And a party member
Oh.
starts punching?
I'll tell you what. 11 or higher on this roll, and I'll drop it immediately. Well, ain't that unfortunate? Nope, keeping it up.
Cool,
At least
make
you
an
got
arm
that one out of the
strike,
way.
please. It'd be,
Sorry?
I guess, making an arm strike then. It will neither have advantage nor disadvantage since neither of you can see out. I'm very
Well,
tempted
I can't
have
about
true
sight.
true music.
What about my true
Huh?
sight?
17.
Oh, you do have true sight. My apologies. Yes, it is with disadvantage.
Okay, so the first one was 17, the second one is 11, so it would be an 11.
Not gonna hit.
It's not going to be a hit. Are you going to
Again.
sort of respond?
Yeah, I'm gonna keep on. Oh, that's a nat 1. Again.
Ooh. Hey, knock it off. Knock it off.
I just feel we should just.
I'm
That's
just-
our nat 1!
May I attempt to intimidate Kamir?
14.
Not gonna
What's your
hit.
armor class? Ugh.
15.
Can I intimidate?
I mean, it's one
Roll
of those.
intimidation versus my wisdom save.
Yeah, I typically don't allow those contested checks on players, but if players are happy to do it, that's fine.
I'm
Ooh,
still
you're
hitting him.
you're gonna- You just can't hit. I just imagine like you're, like I'm just like boop boop block 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 block. Christina oh, that's not gonna work. I'm keeping up the darkness until he says he's gonna drop the mace. Drop the mace and I'll drop the darkness, funny man.
Can we just
Oh, hey, you
ask him to put it down?
Dirt.
How many times is that? 1, 2, 3.
I think darkness lasts for 10 minutes, so you do technically have 100 attempts. But
Dude, 12 attempts I finally hit.
okay,
Ouch.
that would actually take a minute of punching, so we need to find out if that's actually needed.
Yeah.
Okay, Donovich will say, and what assurances will you give me that I will be safe?
I swear on my god that we won't harm you in any shape or form.
Okay,
We are
can
under
you
the
make me a
same rules.
persuasion check, please?
We are under the same rules of the Abbot as you are.
It will not physically harm you.
You want me to do the same?
Emotionally.
Yes, please, because you're the one who's saying the thing. Okay, with a
Nice.
19, you are able to calm him, and he will. He won't drop the mace. He will place it on the side table.
With that, I will drop the darkness.
Hmm.
I can breathe now.
He says,
I can just.
"It appears I can at least trust some of you to keep that word."
You trust me, because I can't kill another person. I don't want to go to hell. Hell.
No, the hells are a dark place. It was to my horror that I discovered that we appear to go to somewhere worse, good or evil.
It's very haunting.
Father Donovich, in all seriousness, have you seen what's going on here? The followers of this abbot are weird amalgamations of humans and animals.
I
He's trying
gesture over
create-
to the. I kind of just like gesture over towards the dead corpse amalgamation in the corner.
Yeah. You cannot seriously tell me that your religion is okay, like, with this.
I have seen them born. They are born like this. Whatever may have been done to make them like this, I know that cannot be changed.
And
The abbot says they are his charges, and, well, I know that, for one, that when you have a family, you love them despite what they may transform into.
I see what you're saying, but the abbot seems to be the one doing the transforming. And also, the Strahd is not going to accept Vasilka as his bride, even with the soul of Tatiana within her. In fact, he'd actually probably be more offended by that. Here, the village, it will all be destroyed.
And when did you start caring about casualties? You murdered my son.
Your son was already gone. His soul was somewhere else. What you were keeping alive was an abomination, not your son.
Walked. He breathed. No, he wouldn't breathe. He walked, he ate. He spoke. He was alive. I know he may have been an undead, but he was alive. Just as much as The woman below us.
I'm sorry, but your son was already dead. His soul was in another place.
He was feral. No living creature of sound thought would behave like that.
I know it is hard to.
Better if I could get him human blood.
Would you say Count Strahd is a human being that deserves compassion?
The Donovich says, I've spoken to the abbot about him. He seems to be the one responsible for all of this. Oh, the abbot has a plan. I care nothing for it.
Neither do we. Taking a young girl's face, instilling someone's already undead soul. Not undead soul? That doesn't make any sense, but you know what I'm trying to say.
Would appear we have a common enemy for once.
I need some air. I'm going outside.
Go for it. Is there anything anyone else wants to say to Donovich?
I was gonna ask him if it would be okay if I pray for his son's soul. In a sense of respect, show him some respect for his loss.
You may. My son's name was Doru.
I shall pray for his soul and pray for yours as well.
Thank you. I came here hoping that either the abbot would be strong enough to raise him, or that he can make me strong enough to raise him. And I have gained in strength whilst here. But he cannot raise him. I must wait for the next reincarnation cycle.
How often are these reincarnation cycles?
I've heard that souls can linger for as long as 30 years, depending on how long it takes for someone to be born. The more people in Barovia, the shorter the time, the fewer, the longer.
How will you know when you have found him?
Donovich shrugs. I can ask the Morning Lord, I suppose.
That is one way to do it.
And surely that is better. Waiting for a soul to be reincarnated rather than keeping them in a basement or trying to bring them back to life through unholy means.
Raised dead is anything but unholy. If only I was strong enough to do it at the time.
So his son became a undead?
Basically.
Damn
Okay.
fair.
Yeah, Dampier.
So wouldn't his son's soul be released when his son became undead, regardless of whether or not the undead son body still lives?
There's something funky going on with souls in Barovia when they die. They don't truly pass on.
Mm.
They
Yeah,
kind of
but
like linger, and it prevents them from truly being revived, so to speak. The only reason we even got Christina to revive was because we were on top of the temple, and her soul got drawn down towards it.
wouldn't the soul stuff happen like when the sun died, not when the vampire died? Vampires don't have souls, right?
Yeah, that's why we killed the Dampier, because the sun's soul was already too far gone.
Oh, then what's the point of what's he arguing with? Like the sun's soul was already dispersed.
He's
Because
really
just keep
upset
body.
with grief.
No,
He
no.
just wants his son
Yeah,
back.
if think about it, if you lost your kid, you would do anything to get them back, regardless of how stupid or unlikely it sounds. You'd still try it.
The other
Just
thing is,
because you're
with
desperate.
vampirism, it's really unclear how the whole soul thing works. Because whilst it's like really clear, like a zombie or a skeleton or a wight or a ghoul or a ghast or a wraith or a ghost or a spectre or a poltergeist or any of that lot, it's pretty clear that to become one of them you have to be dead first. With vampire, and you know, your soul would have left your body. Especially with the corporeal undead, like your skeletons and your zombies. Yeah, your soul is just out of there, and it's someone messing around with what's left. With the incorporeal ones, I think kind of like the soul is the undead, and destroying the undead frees the soul. With vampires, it's kind of unclear in the lore what happens to the soul. Whether it's the soul goes to the afterlife or wherever, and someone's just messing around with your body, or that the soul kind of is trapped in the vampire form. Because vampires are kind of... there is some continuity of things like personality. So that's why with vampirism it's really kind of unclear, and it would possibly explain...
Okay.
Yeah. So, I mean, there's nothing wrong with your characters having very strong beliefs on what happens to the soul with vampires. But yeah, that doesn't necessarily mean they'll be reflected in the world.
Okay. Sorry, I was confused about like the mechanics of it. But I understand now better.
No, at that point, Dor's soul was already gone. In the act of killing his son, we released him from that grief. We may have given him more grief, but at least now he has hope for when the reincarnation cycle starts anew, he can find his son again.
So, don't you think maybe your grief could be put towards something more productive in getting your son back? I mean, you could be out there encouraging people to have babies and then getting your son back that way. Then you would actually be doing something. I don't think that the abbot can get you what you need. I think that maybe this isn't the place to get that.
I've often wondered how he looks towards the corpse on the table, his experiments work. I'm sure those corpses were older than 10 days, and I'm sure you must have a method stashed away. He tells me he can do nothing for my son. I do not believe him entirely. Or maybe
I
he
do.
truly believes he can do nothing. But I think he might just be a bit unambitious.
I don't think ambition is his problem. He seems to be very ambitious when it comes to this whole wife for you know who thing. I think that if he says there's nothing that he can do, I think that there's nothing he can do. And there is something that you can do, which is to go out there to wherever babies are being born and trying to see if the babies are also your baby. And I think that that's what your son would have wanted. Do you want me to roll persuasion or something, or?
You can have a go. I think that would be a reasonable course of action, as in the roll.
That's not good. That's an 11.
No, he seems to be considering the idea, but is still resistant.
Can I provide the help action, or is it too late?
I don't think he'd accept anything that comes from your mouth.
That's fair enough.
Yeah. No.
I can help again if that would work.
That might work.
Yeah.
I'll
Just,
try.
I want to get him away from the abbot because I don't think the abbot is gonna do anything except corrupt him. And I also think that he could end up giving the abbot like more power or more help that I don't think the abbot. We don't want that for the abbot.
Does that help?
No. So he's considering the idea, but will ultimately just have to, will ultimately say to you, unless you can prove the abbot's got nothing, I intend to stay. I did
Fine.
not put on the robes to be a fertility guru.
We could think about it. Maybe you can get that, Joss.
Okay, I'm gonna step back over here, and I want to kind of like eye everyone. Like I
Yes,
have a
huddle up
different
time.
plan. I have a different plan.
I'll let you huddle, but I'm just gonna move over to Christina.
Yeah.
So you've left the tower and you're on the outer walls. There's a cold night wind. What would you like to do?
I'm just like listening to the silence, just like contemplating on things.
Cool. As you do so, you can see a bat fly up to one of the battlements. I suppose the crenellations, as they're not true battlements, on a corner here. It seems to be looking at you.
Suppose I'll move closer to the bat to see why it's staring at.
No worries. As you move closer, you can suddenly hear a voice in your head, and I believe you'd prefer this to be on the whisper channel.
Sure, if you want.
No worries.
BRB, guys.
Mhm.
All right.
Hello?
Hello.
Okay, I don't know if this is being streamed.
Yeah, it'll still go into the stream. It picks up.
Cool, that's fine. I
That's
just wanted
fine.
to check, because obviously I'm happy with that, but I know that something about this was requested. So yes, you can hear a voice in your head. It says, "Come closer, Christina, my daughter."
I will come closer.
My agents inform me you are in Kresk. I believe my servant has found you on the Abbey. This last word is very clear disgust.
Yeah, we're currently at the Abbey. Oh, sorry.
No, that's fine. I'll put it. There we go. Have you enjoyed the abbot's company?
I have to say, he seems a bit strange.
That creature is a freak. I believe him to be an angel of some kind, but I never cared too much for gods. Now, I believe you have been to the Amber Temple, high in the mountains.
Yes, we have.
Did Krillithil let you past? He was always a bit of a stubborn one.
Well, I actually I fell to Kiriffel's bad breath, and my friends had to bring me back from the dead.
That is concerning. Krillithil fell you. Well, he always has been more independent. I know Rahadin had difficulties on some of his visits. I hope your friends were able to avenge you.
They were able to strike him down.
Good, or I would have to summon that beast to the castle to answer for this. I'm glad that you were able to defeat him. He had outlived his usefulness. Nevertheless, you have been in and you have seen the powers within. They are responsible for keeping this land veiled.
Is there a particular reason why you're talking to me just now?
Of course. First, I wanted to ensure that you had survived your trek. Now that you are here, I wanted to warn you of that mad monk. Do not trust him. He thinks I can be seduced. He's a fool. I would be grateful if you can inhibit him. It would be a poor look if I myself were to strike him down, a man of the church. I do have to ensure that the Kreskans pay their taxes, and that is more easily done if I do not kill their friars. However deserved. But thirdly, I wanted to ask you to investigate something that has come to my attention. The winery to the south has stopped sending wine to the castle. They have their tithes as well. My scouts inform me that the family seems to have fled to Valaki. I know there is instability there, and it would be more prudent to let that settle before I punish the Martikovs. However, if you could investigate the situation, they may be punished in a way that spares their lives, which they would prefer.
I could do that.
Excellent.
Is there any particular way you wish that this abbot to be dealt with?
At your discretion, lethally incapacitated, I do not mind. That is up to your discretion. You must learn how to appropriately punish to be a true ruler, and that is something that one learns oneself based on one's character.
May I ask you a question, Father?
Certainly.
What am I to you? Because if that means, what am I to you? Do you care about me?
You are my daughter, and it might be that you are fit to be an heir. Or heiress, as you prefer. One other thing is, when you are finished with the wine issue, I would like you to come back to Castle Ravenloft. I sense something is not quite right about you.
Like, on my own or with my friends?
I'm not sure. I think I would need to see you with my own eyes, not this bat.
I'll try and get back to Castle Ravenloft. If you wish me to be alone, I'll be alone. But if I can bring my friends, I'll bring my friends.
So be it. You have seen my dining hall, it will provide for them. Is there anything else you would ask of Strahd? Otherwise, the bat looks like it will prepare for a farewell.
I want to apologize for dying, because I feel a little bit embarrassed about it.
The bat, the voice gives a soft laugh. I assure you there is no shame in dying. It almost seems that is a prerequisite for being a von Zarevich. And with that, the bat disappears. Would you wish to return to the main chat?
Yes.
Cool.
Well,
Welcome back.
I heard gone to extraordinary lengths, and it makes it seem like you're planning a funeral already.
Funny you should say that.
Do you guys want to explain the plan to deal with the abbot?
Yeah, sure. So, what our plan is gonna be is we're gonna rest up tonight, and then tomorrow we're gonna go into town, and either Dom or I are gonna send our familiar and basically say, "Yo, we found someone, but we want you to be there so you can heal her up immediately afterwards." And then we're gonna jump him when he gets there.
No worries. Yeah. From what it sounds about the abbot, that the abbot was going to come down or have the person sent up. There wasn't going to be just sort of this awkward period where, like, someone removes the face and takes it to the abbot, and hopefully the person survives until the abbot gets there. So that is absolutely something you'd be able to do, in the sense that it was part of the abbot's plan. It very much seems like the abbot would actually be mortified if you just came up with a face without a person attached.
Imagine you just get stopped on the road and he's like, "Wait, hey, what do you got there, friend? A face!"
Instructions unclear. Did not realize the person was supposed to survive.
Instructions unclear, brought the whole head, do what you will.
Yeah, I mean, well, that's why I had to be alive as well. But anyway, that's Not the point. The point. Well, the point. Well, the point is you've got a plan, and you will be able to rest up here.
Yes.
Oh man, are they back?
And
Yep,
second plan.
I just explained the plan.
Also, a different plan entirely. I want Danlos. As soon as Domovich goes to sleep, I want Danlos to cast a major image and create an illusion of this guy's son. With shadows and spooky things, and so it's he's visiting Domovich in a dream, but he's saying I love you and I am dead and you should mourn, but you should not make a deal with the abbot. It won't do anything. And try to get him to move on by having a dream figure come to him while he's asleep. But it's just Danlos casting major image.
Okay, that's not a bad shout.
Anyway. That's what I want to do tonight.
Cool. So you would be able to settle down for the night and take your long rest. If we'll do the Danmus thing first. Can Danmus make me an intelligence persuasion? Well, his spellcasting modifier is intelligence. So intelligence persuasion check with advantage. Because Donovich is not going to be inspecting this image thoroughly.
I think that would be a +5.
If he's proficient in persuasion, it's +5. If he isn't, then it's +3.
He's proficient in intelligence. Oh no, that's saving throws. This is just a check. Never mind. Oh, okay, so it'll be +3.
Yeah, he's proficient in Arcana and History, so it is going to be +3. With advantage.
That's the first one. Oh, that's real bad. But the second one is also really bad. Oh.
No. Brother.
You're able to cast it, and he seems more sort of shocked and bewildered than convinced. It looks like this effort is probably not going to work again. If you were to continue major imaging, at some point he's going to get annoyed. And
well, we tried.
But no, it's certainly not a bad attempt. Meanwhile, the rest of you are going to be... meanwhile, you all are going to be able to take a long rest and become 8th level.
Ooh.
Whoa!
So, I think... some of you are 8th level already, or as in already made the update after last session. But if you make the changes now, and
oh yeah, I did. I forgot you'd said.
I didn't update myself either, so
I was getting excited. I could level up then. No. Already.
Does my sword become a sword now?
No.
Well, you will be able to attune to it. Yes, and then it will become a sword.
If you live up to the weight.
Oh, I got my infusions. Yes.
I just need to stay up for a couple more hours just to see how much more wine Cloven can distribute around the place.
What would I?
As soon as I go unconscious, of course, I lose concentration.
What would it be put in the English inventory?
Yeah, so I'm just getting the name for it. I know the name for the general item. Okay, yeah. So it is called the Sun Sword.
Got it.
Ignore the bit about the weapon mastery property. But yeah.
Oh, this is gonna be very helpful.
Yeah. I think the description includes some lore. Don't worry too much about the lore, but the sentience bit is a thing. But yeah, you can. I mean, you can demonstrate it when you wake up in the morning. And this is not going to be the only item of similar importance. But yes, this is the first one that you have found.
Oh yeah, just remember, we can't leave the abbey just yet. We have to search all around it. And lots of nooks and crannies.
Guys, wonderful news. I have access to healing.
I have loads of healing spells.
I also have infusions online, which means I'm only one level away from activating a good melee combo. So,
Lol, said the dice.
I think my character must have been a doctor before she even did anything.
Okay. And then let me know when you're all made yourselves 8th level. 8th level's normally a pretty quick one, because it's ability score improvement o'clock.
I'm done.
Okay. So Christina's finished. Ashisless had already done it. Am I right to say Diodor had already done it?
Yep.
My
Yeah,
sister
and
had
then-
forgotten to pick a spell. He's doing it now.
Oh, that's fine. Danos doesn't really have a lot to do. He's not part of the whole leveling up business. I mean, technically he has like 8 hit dice, so we can say it's already been done. So it's just if Kira's done now then. Oh, and come here.
yep, I did mine.
Cool. And Kira? Kira? Am I getting the name right? Yes, Kira.
Sorry,
Ranga.
Ian. I've leveled up and I added 2 spells.
Cool. So yeah, you've set medals here. You've all woken up, and you can see that this corner here doesn't look to have been slept in. It looks like it has been. It looks like normally someone sleeps there, but not tonight.
I want to ignite I want to ignite the sun sword.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely, go for it.
Boom. Woo.
So you're able to grasp the hilt to cause a blade of pure radiance to appear, which sheds bright light for 15 feet and dim light for an additional 15 feet, which lights up the room. And there is something that's notable about this light. It looks like the same light as that is streaming through the windows this fine morning.
It's emanating sunlight.
That's correct.
Oh guys, I need to talk to you about something.
What's up?
My dad talked to me last night.
Oh, lovely.
Real or adopted?
Real dad.
Oh.
What's up?
He really doesn't like the Sabbath and where to deal with him at our discretion. Otherwise, I'm afraid his wrath would probably be unleashed on this town.
Oh yeah.
That's
I like
cool. Yeah.
I procure the letter. Yeah, I kind of understood that from this.
Mm.
Also, he wants us to go and investigate the winery.
The winery.
The winery?
And also, he wants me to go back to Castle Ravenloft.
You're not going alone. I hope you know that.
He said I could bring you guys.
Perfect.
Why the winery?
He says that the winery has been not sending their wine up to Castle Ravenloft.
Oh.
And
Huh.
we should probably inspect that, cause like he mentioned a punishment if this proceeded to happen.
Mm.
I don't think that we need to be doing his dirty work.
Better to be in his good graces if we plan to.
I mean, we'd already established that this cleric, this abbot is.
Not in the good. Yeah.
So that's cool.
Sun Sword!
Yeah. So
Wow,
basically,
lightsaber!
Strahd said to his daughter, "Come round for tea, bring booze."
Yeah, pretty much. Come round for tea and investigate why I don't have wine.
Basically, yeah.
So we're just nicking some money and giving it to Strahd as a welcome gift or something.
Wait.
As a-
I guess we're
Not
getting the
We're not
vineyard
essentially
production back up.
Just investigating the
just
vineyard, I think.
investigating why the wine's not going up to Castle Ravenloft.
Oh, is that? So we're
No.
just.
Stealing wouldn't be involved with that.
He didn't do the. He didn't
We're
do
not
the talk
stealing
thing.
any. Yeah, we're not stealing anything. We're just taking a look around and asking some questions.
I do have a question. Did you refuse at first?
I didn't think it'd be a good idea to refuse. I mean, he is my father, so.
So you didn't want him to say, "You're my daughter. You do as you're told."
I mean, I didn't want to defy him, really, because. And, well, another thing is that I actually managed to ask if he actually did care about me, and it was a very interesting answer he gave me.
What answer was that?
Do you want to share it?
It was kind of like the answer. Well, the straight answer was yes, but there was like a lot of buts.
Caveats?
Well, yeah.
Conditional.
And he also mentioned something about me being an heir, then changed it to heiress.
He intended you to be a male. Whatever. We just know that we have to stop by for dinner.
Hopefully, your father didn't notice the sword hilt on you.
Well, he couldn't really see me.
Okay.
He sensed something off about me, and that's why he wants me to go and visit. He was kind of talking to me through that.
I just have like one thing to mention. Did he hesitate when he said that, or did you just say it straight away?
Hesitate for what?
To say he cares about you, like, you know.
There wasn't really any hesitation around it.
Is he as bad as you guys led him to be, or is he actually the image of pure evil?
He's pretty bad.
He's
'Cause I
alright.
He's
I
alright.
wouldn't know because I've not met him yet.
Nor have I.
If you turn somebody to be a nice guy, then you're all blind.
I mean, you kind of want to say he's alright. That's what I kind of wanted to say since he is my dad, but
Yeah.
I don't
A
know.
lot of things here have tried to murder us on sight. Strahd hasn't.
I do have a question as well about, like, if you brought a man on, say a lover, for example, would he incinerate that lover?
I do not know.
No, because if he does incinerate your partner, boyfriend, wife, husband, whatever you are into.
I don't. Well, I don't really know because we haven't really had time to talk boyfriends. I mean, we haven't really talked that much at all, really.
Don't worry, I mean speak and talk. Wink.
I.
Joking, wink. I'm not flirting. Not flirting. Don't worry. There's no romance in this for me. No. Don't worry. It wasn't a flirtation wink. It was just a wink of an I've got this.
Okay.
That means to make everyone talk. Wink to everyone. I said it means to make everyone talk, so I'm looking at everyone going, you're all next.
So, the abbot.
Yeah, but
So we're thinking of luring him out,
Jumping him.
pouncing.
Like, violence person?
Violence
Yeah.
pouncing.
We're gonna kill him.
Lethal violence pouncing?
Lethal
Yes.
violence pouncing. Isn't that what your dad
Yeah.
wants?
Well,
So we
yeah, he said at our discretion, but like, I think that was one of his preferences.
we should lure him into the woods then. If he wants discretion, say we should give it to him. We'll be discreet. I can't do stealth, but we can try
No,
and do it discreetly.
something being at your discretion means you pick how you do it as long as it gets done.
Yeah, he didn't
And
say like discreet. For all you cares, we could do it here.
Oh, so we can kill him slowly and painfully as much as we want and torture him. Because I can bring him back to life just to kill him over again. So he's dead. Nope, he's
I
up.
recall that
Anyway.
certainly being in the bounds of the brief.
Aren't you a lawful good cleric at the minute?
Maybe.
There's a difference between what's get put on the sheet and what's get acted on the screen.
I don't know my character well enough. I'm exploring her just now. It won't take me long, but my character's kind of she thinks it's okay, but
I'm
it's
gonna
not.
put it down as lawful neutral.
She's a bit of a trickster as well, so she likes to pull pranks on people, so beware.
That sounds lawful neutral to me.
I'm gonna put it down as that's alright. Well, ultimately you're responsible for your own alignment, but yes.
Yeah, my character's a bit of a prankster too, so if I'm here permanently, I will be pulling pranks on people. I'll probably just lie on the ground pretending I'm dead and so.
Good thing the kazoo music's still there. So what do people want to be doing? Are people going to be heading straight sort of to Kresk from this?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
yeah.
No worries. So yeah, you can head down the stairs. The abbot will have breakfast laid for all of you. Oh, I think I have to. Yeah, that's fine.
Actually,
I'm gonna...
1 second. Before we go down, there was a plan to explore the abbot to figure out what
Explore
he's
the
doing,
abbot?
but we've all
How
at the Abbey?
why would we explore the abbot?
He's very good looking.
He is very good looking.
Like, to figure out what he's
confusion is
doing, but
real.
since we already know what he's doing, do we kind of don't need to do that? Do we?
I recall there being a plan to explore the Abbey.
Yeah, I wanted
Yeah.
to explore the Abbey a bit, but
Mhm.
Okay.
I don't really want to do it on my own. So-
I can join you if you
help.
want.
Oh,
Who
no.
is this?
Okay, so Danlos has this combination of spells, major image and invisibility. Oh no, they're both concentration, never mind. Never mind. But he does have invisibility. So
That's a touch spell, so that can be cast on others. It's not like disguise self, so that's fine.
So I have really good stealth. If I'm just standing still, I'm invisible. Kind of. So does someone want to have invisibility and then I have the just good stealth? And
Who
so
would be
two
the-
people can go exploring?
Who would be the next stealthiest after you?
Not me.
Not really me. +2, but maybe.
I've got
I also have a
+2.
+2.
Okay, so I have a +11 and advantage.
Lovely.
How many times can you cast invisibility?
I don't
I-
know.
You would only be
Concentration
able to
up
cast
to
it
an hour.
once.
Oh, okay.
You would only be
Yeah.
able to cast it once.
So maybe we should put the invisibility on, like, the least stealthy person?
Oh, I'm not stealthy.
You're-
I've got +2.
You're still rolling.
Yeah, you'd still be rolling.
I can blag it. I don't need to be invisible. I can probably blag it.
What?
Well, anywhere we go, if somebody sees me and says you're not supposed to be here, I can go, yes, I am.
I mean, you
what
could.
about like a bird? Isn't
I could-
there?
Yeah, I could definitely
Stealthy
put myself
birds?
in a Mirac. I could put myself in a Mirac and just like stay in the bunk quarters.
Does Mirk have good stealth?
He's a bird.
Is he a stealthy bird?
He is a bird. He also has a +2 to stealth.
Okay. So pretty much everyone has a +2.
Yeah.
Well, even Danlos has a +2. Okay. Should I just go out on my own? If there's no one else that has good stealth?
Maybe.
It's better with numbers. Like, backup.
I think we should just all take a morning walk. That happens to be in the other tower.
Is there any, like, religious things? Because I can give them an excuse to be in the Abbey if we're not allowed in the Abbey. If they say they're not supposed to be here, I was like, I'm authorized to be here, and these are all my cult members. We have to be in this Abbey.
I'm like I said, I'm good at blagging. So if we get in there and someone challenges us, yeah.
We
Go
can
for
just do that. We can try that. That's the fun.
Yeah.
So we can go in. But I need to. Do I have credentials? Where I need to like, show credentials that I'm a holy person.
You've got a holy symbol.
Use that as my
Which
credentials.
is different than this holy symbol. I'm assuming. Does anybody else have see invisibility or major illusion?
I have true sight.
Or sorry, does anybody else have invisibility or major illusion? Or
That
major
would be
image?
kind of a wizard thing.
Oh, let me check.
Yeah. I don't know.
Because I was
No, for once, I do not have any illusion spells.
My familiar can turn itself invisible.
Mm-hmm.
okay.
Back
So
and spells like that.
do you want the invisible the what's it called? The invisible bird. The invisible familiar. That's what the word I was looking for. The invisible familiar and me, and then Danlos can cast major image to have the image of me and the familiar still in the party. So if anybody's looking at our party, they're not like, oh, 2 people are missing. They think, oh, everyone's there.
That could work.
Yeah.
I'm okay not being invisible because I have a plus 11 to stealth and also advantage because I have a special cloak. And I'm a rogue, so I can be invisible just by standing still. Pretty much. Do we want to do that?
Okay.
I don't mind.
Yeah.
Okay, what's the plan? Are you heading across the wall, or are you going down for breakfast?
Ooh, looking across. Oh, sorry.
I was thinking we should go down and kind of all congregate in the courtyard and have Danlos cast major image so it looks like we're all there. And then meanwhile, me and the invisible familiar will sneak across this area over to the other tower. What about that?
Okay.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, so is the plan to go down the stairs, cast... Okay.
It's to
Okay, so
cast...
you are heading out that way.
It's to head out this way with just the cloak on covering me and also an invisible familiar. And then Danlos and the rest of the people are going to head out into the courtyard and cast major image so that it looks as though we're all there. Meanwhile, we're going. Just kind of hidden.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you'd be able to head onto the walls, and the plan is to use an illusion to have breakfast.
Yeah.
I think.
Guys, is it better?
Oh yeah,
Sorry.
carry on. No, carry on.
Is it better to do the major image plan or to just have invisibility on myself?
Probably better to have major image, that way that they have you accounted for, kinda.
Okay.
Should we go to breakfast, not to raise suspicions or anything?
Yeah. Yes, we should.
And if you guys can keep the abbot there so that he's not elsewhere.
Okay, so some people are going to breakfast and some people are going to the tower, is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah. As I understand it, Diada and an invisible Glanaventa are going to the tower. And
Cool.
everybody else is having breakfast?
No worries.
Yeah.
So we're getting pretty close to 10:30, so we'll resolve the whole having breakfast and going to the tower business next week. But I just
Okay.
wanted to show you what Dada can see that's changed as she heads out. So first off, you can see Mazina's still there. But there are two things that definitely weren't there before. First is that Cloven is also chained to a post, and second, there's a dead body on top of the well.
Oh, is this because of my wine? Well,
Yes,
his wine.
Yes.
Well, I mean, the first has a decent possibility of being true. It would be difficult to accuse you of being responsible for the body. But that is where we're going to leave this. But now, until next time. I said next week, it'll actually be next fortnight.
Yep. I even made sure to have an initiative tracker pulled up. Oh well.
We went through a whole session without a fight.
We did! I'm surprised! We
Yeah.
typically have at least one combat encounter per session.
Yeah.
Oh, it's alright. I'm sure you'll have a punch up next time.
Yeah.
I mean, you've,
Oh,
you-
yeah.
you've got one planned in the
We're gonna have
works, don't
plenty
you?
of fun next time.
But anyway, boys, thanks for coming.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
For next time.
Thanks for hosting as usual.
I'll confirm that
Yay.
after the session proper. But thanks to Nikki for hosting this.
No problem.
And additionally, of course, and thanks to the audience for watching. Additionally, the maps have been from DM Andy, with additional maps by Tom Curtis. The tokens have been from Wizards of the Coast, as was the Barovia map, and the music has been from Serpent Sound Studios. This has been Fate of the Dice's Curse of Strahd. If you had a good time, and look forward to seeing you in a fortnight.
Alright.